Hey guys, it's CognitivePit, and I am bringing you another fantastic game of StarCraft 2. This time, it'll be between the red Protoss, IamCuteGay, who I will be calling ICG for the rest of the game, and Nobtozz again, the blue Protoss. Now, I'm gonna have to fast forward through just the beginning part of this because it's just barely long enough where I won't be able to record the entire thing. So just for the first 4 or 5 minutes, nothing too crazy should happen in this amount of time, because it's PvP, so of course it's just everyone's gonna 4-gate, right? So no big deal anyway. 2 gateways are up right now. ICG is actually a little later on his gateway than Nobtozz, but it's not gonna make too big of a difference. Both of them are getting their gas. Another pylon going down. The cybernetics is gonna be a bit faster for Nobtozz than ICG, just because he's got his gateway out faster. But so far, nothing too different. It looks like they're going to be going for very similar things. Another gateway is going down for ICG. Yeah. And Nobtozz is getting out his Stalker first. So yeah, nothing too crazy. Another Stalker going out for ICG. So in just a little bit here, I'll start slowing down. I just really want to make sure that it doesn't go over the amount of time. And everything is looking virtually identical at this point in time. Yeah, I mean, PvP can't really differ too much. ICG actually did steal the second gas for Nobtozz, which is a pretty interesting play. But yeah, it doesn't look like Nobtozz cares too much, as he's just sending all of his units to the middle anyway, so it's not going to be too big of a deal. Now, a robotics is going down for ICG right now, which is pretty fast. It looks like another gateway will just be going down for Nobtozz here. So, this will make a bit of a difference. This could be trouble for Nobtozz if he doesn't know that this robotics is going down, as there's a lot of stalkers on the field right now. And here's a quick attack going straight for the probes. This will make such a difference in PvP. In PvP, it really is the drone count that differentiates who's going to win, and it looks like Nobtozz is going to do quite a bit of damage here, taking out quite a few, and he is escaping with these stalkers. That's absolutely fantastic. He did more than enough damage than he needed to lose that one stalker. He only lost one stalker to destroy all those probes. That is fantastic, and at the same time, his probe count has been going up really well. I was actually looking at ICG right there, but his probe count has been absolutely perfect. Now, here comes the expansion from Nobtozz. If he's able to keep this up, he will be at such an economic lead, it will literally be unbelievable. Now, the robotics has finally gotten up, and now it's time to slow this down. I'm positive that I will not run over the 15 minutes at this point in time. Now, with this expansion, if he's able to secure this safely and be able to hold off any push that comes from ICG, there is absolutely no reason Nobtozz won't be able to win this game out of pure macro. This is very unique that there hasn't been too much confrontation here, especially from ICG. And here comes down the expansion for ICG. He knows what's up. He knows that it is time to expand like Nobtozz, because that's the only way he'll be able to keep up, because he did also lose a lot of probes at the beginning of this game. Well, a little while ago, it wasn't quite the beginning, so he really needs to start catching up. He's only 10 food behind, but those 10 food is mainly probes here, and Nobtozz is doing a great job of keeping his probe count up, and since he got this expansion a bit faster, it looks like this rally point is not up for Nobtozz. Hopefully he figures that out soon. But mainly stalkers coming out from everybody. Not too much here. Here comes the Immortal down for Nobtozz, which is going to give him a great lead against this entirely stalker army of ICG. Now, it's would be pretty important. Another observer coming out for ICG. He should really consider going down and getting an Immortal or two, because it would really help against gateway units. Well, mainly stalkers. But here comes the attack from ICG. It might do some pretty good damage, as he does have a little bit bigger of an army, and nope, he is actually pulling back. I guess he was just checking the, towers, and oh, it looks like Nobtozz loses a stalker, which, with this few units, it looks like that stalker is actually not a great thing for him to lose. Here's a proximity pylon down for Nobtozz, so there could be some sneaky warpins around here. Now, it looks like both players are going primarily Stalker, and the Warp Prism is out for Nobtozz, And like the other game against Terran, he does some really sneaky things with these warp prisms. But it does look like Nobtozz is making sure this third does not go, or not Nobtozz, ICG is making sure Nobtozz doesn't get down his third, which he's doing quite a good job of. His entire army is back there. It looks like ICG is not making anything right now. He's not macroing extremely well, which is not going to be very good for him, because Nobtozz has been keeping his probes up very, very good. I mean, he has not really gotten too supply blocked here, and ICG has had a little bit of issues, so it could really come down to just these engagements, really. Nobtozz should have a little bit of a lead going into this, but nothing too crazy here. Now, a Colossus is going down for Nobtozz, but ICG does not look like he's going for Colossus whatsoever. He's actually getting charged down for the Zealots, which could be quite interesting. And there are some Zealots who got warped into the back of the of ICG's base, and these Zealots are taking out quite a lot of probes. Not too good for ICG here. He actually looks like he put them on patrol for a second, but that Warp Prism play is very useful. It destroyed quite a few probes, giving Nobtozz an even bigger lead. But unfortunately, despite having more probes, his army size is not looking too great. It's a good thing he has that Colossus out, because otherwise this engagement could be the end of Nobtozz here, unless he can do some really great macro. But Thermal Lance is getting up, so he should be able to snipe out a lot of these Stalkers with that Colossus. Hopefully another Colossus can get out for Nobtozz, but that might not happen. Not too much going on over here. Charge is just about to be finished, so I'm not too sure why he got charged, because he has no Zealots at all, which is quite the interesting move. I thought he was going for a timing attack, but he never got any Zealots, but that is okay, no problem with that whatsoever. A Dark Shrine has just gotten put down for Nobtozz, and that's going to give him another great lead. Unfortunately, there are multiple observers on the field for ICG, so those Dark Templar might not do too much damage, but back at home there are actually no observers, I believe, so they actually could do quite a bit of damage if positioned very well, and there are no observers at home. He actually... Whoa, here we go. Oh, no, Blink is actually down, so I suppose he just got Blink and Charge just in case. Now, with these Colossus on the high ground, ICG has to be very, very careful with this engagement, because the Colossus has such long range that he could easily pick off quite a few of these Stalkers. But it looks like the observers are coming by so that he can do just a little bit of damage. But these armies are looking extremely similar except for the Colossus, and that is not too good for ICG. ICG does have his third going down right now. He will have it up in just a short amount of time, really. So Nobtozz might actually have some issues here if he doesn't start moving out. Now, Nobtozz actually has quite a few units right at the front that he's not using. He needs to get those other units over to do some damage, but it looks like he's okay with just... Nobtozz just defended that many Stalkers with a couple Zealots and a Sentry. That was very impressive, but unfortunately, ICG was able to take out an Immortal, which here come the Dark Templars straight through the base, and they are all over the place. This is not going to be good for Nobtozz at all. Little does he know, he's not even bringing an Observer, it looks like. I don't see an Observer out, and oh... ICG brings all of his probes over to one of our Dark Templar, just practically giving him the kills. I still don't see an Observer over here, which is not going to be good at all for ICG. He must have left. Yes, he did. He left his Observers. That is not good whatsoever. A lot of damage was done here, and right now, Nobtozz is just trying to take out the main Nexus, which here comes the Observer. Now, finally, ICG is going to be able to destroy these Dark Templar, but the Nexus actually goes down. That is very unfortunate for ICG. That is going to put him at a huge disadvantage. Although this third is up, he does not have a main anymore. And these minerals, they still have quite a bit of minerals left in them, so he should really be mining on these. So that's very unfortunate for ICG here. Now, Nobtozz, although a little supply blocked because this pylon was actually destroyed, might have a few issues here being supply blocked, but he is still up by 24 food, and that is quite the lead considering that this Nexus just got taken out. Now the question is he going to go for another expansion? He really should at this point in time, because it appears as though another expansion is going down for IamCuteGay. I mean, IamCuteGay, quite the unfortunate name. I'm not sure if he knew that was going to be his name. Maybe he meant guy, because IamCuteGay actually doesn't make any sense. Unless there's a comma in between, in which it would be IamCuteGay. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what he was going for with that name, but what I do know is that Nobtozz should probably expand one more time, just so he can even out with his opponent. But it does look like he does see this fourth, so he will be able to take that out pretty easily, because this is a little bit out of the way. And he's just going to put one Zealot on there, which is no big deal, and ICG is bringing up 3 Zealots to deal with that. But so far, these armies are looking somewhat similar. It will really come down to the engagement that happens. But we'll have to see how that plays out when it actually does happen, because right now this is looking to be a very, very long PvP game. Normally these end in like 6 or 7 minutes because everyone 4-gates in it, but it looks like this is quite the interesting PvP. More Dark Templars coming out, and Zealots. This is going to be quite difficult for Nope. ICG does realize that there are DTs involved in this, and does bring the Observer over. Nobtozz does not actually turn around to kill anything. He just decides to try to take out the Nexus, which he almost does, but unfortunately for him, they do not. And fortunately for ICG, he is able to hold that off very easily. It looks like, yes, ICG decided not to rebuild in his base, and actually has some miners in here. Unless I missed it, and these DTs might have destroyed it? I could have missed that, I don't know. So just going in through here, these DTs are still just doing a little bit of harassment, just throwing off ICG, making sure he doesn't attack, but unfortunately, this amount of warp-ins has made Nobtozz pretty much lose quite a bit of food. It does appear as though there are more DTs somewhere destroying pylons or something, but that is Nobtozz shenanigans that I appear to be missing. Now, ICG is actually caught up to Nobtozz, and Nobtozz is actually almost done with this. Well, he's about halfway done with this fourth, so he's really going to need to get that up and running, because this is already up, and there's a DT here just whacking away. ICG really needs to deal with this fast, or that one DT could potentially kill this fourth expansion, which would not be ideal, and this attack is coming down. And these Colossi are absolutely mauling the gateway units right now. These 4 Colossi are doing a fabulous job. Wow, for ICG, it just leaves up and leaves the game. That was a fantastic game from Nobtozz, able to hold on and do enough damage to ICG that there was just no coming back, and even with the expansions going down before him, he's able to take him out with the DTs. But anyway, this has been CognitivePit. You guys, please send me some more games. I'm going to keep this short right here because it's probably going to run over the 15 minutes. I'm going to be really upset, so I'm going to start talking fast. So send me some games. I don't care if you're bronze. I don't care if you're platinum. I don't care anything. 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4. I don't care. Just send me some games. All right, thanks for watching, guys.